We are here for our final coaching session, which is the improved part of the impact cycle. So we identified the ultimate goal, which we immediately thought of student collaboration and students working together. Then we kind of identified a strategy with them using discussions. So today we're just going to go through a list of questions to see if you still want to stick with that strategy, if you want to change it, if you think it worked or it didn't work, or things we can improve. So, given the time we have today, what is the most important thing that you think we should talk about? Like, is there anything new on your mind? Any new things you're seeing or maybe want to work on in the classroom?
I would say nothing new, but just modifications that might be necessary.
Okay. What specific, when you say modifications, do you mean like the strategy we picked or?
I think the strategies were fine, but it needs to be in terms of, I think one aspect is in terms of writing.
Mm-hmm.
I notice, yes, kids are discussing,
Right.
and the discussions seem to be rich, but at the same time, retention,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like kids are not retaining the information long term.
Right.
And so I'm thinking maybe if we implement it as you discussing, but also maybe write it stuff down as well.
So some type of writing prompts on like what they learned.
What they learned, or I guess writing prompts such as that in terms of what you learned, what you did, what stood out, what made sense, what didn't make sense. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
just to keep that conversation going. I'm thinking that retention seems like
Right.
it's becoming a problem, even though
Right.
that collaboration is there, which I
Mhm.
think is needed.
Right.
Yeah, so just
And I know an idea for that, and it doesn't even have to be electronic, they can do it on paper.
Yes.
You can have them have them either explain it back or do some kind of example, so that way if you were to give that to another student, they would be able to understand that specific concept or that lesson without any outside help. So I kind of like have them make kind of like a cheat sheet or a note
Yes.
sheet. Pretty much they can spit back out what they retain. Yeah.
Exactly. I just got the idea maybe, which is required anyway, is to just spiral those concepts.
Right. Right.
Over and over. That
And
would
I
be
definitely
helpful.
agree with spiraling it back in, because we always see that once we're done with the CUA,
That's kind of what I'm
get
saying.
it. So yeah, definitely spiraling it back in. It can be warm ups, take it
Exactly.
outdoors. You can do
Yes.
it once a week or something.
So,
I know a few years ago, Miss Brooks did something what she called Throwback Thursday.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and every Thursday she would just go back to something that they've already done to just, see if they still remember. And I think that's actually beneficial, so that when we're reviewing for milestones in April, we're not just throwing all this back on them at one time.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's definitely something good. So is there anything that you think has gone well?
So the collaboration, just
Okay.
because the conversations, you hear a lot of good
Right.
vocabulary and
Right.
usage of the terms, and so that's very rich.
So they're pretty much using the terms and using the vocabulary in their discussions with each other. Has there been any progress made towards the goal, or is there any more progress that you would like to make towards that goal? For
That
student
progress has
collaboration?
definitely been made. It's, of course, just maintaining and making sure that students are continually improving.
Right. Now, with that particular strategy, is there anything that you learned or anything that surprised you that you didn't expect from the students, or even from you as the teacher that you didn't
I would
expect?
say the conversations,
Right.
because sometimes you expect it to be minimal, and then you
Right.
start hearing,
Them using the
You know?
vocabulary and being able to actually
Yes.
relate to it.
so you realize they know more than you may have thought, or even more than they themselves believe.
Right.
A lot of times, I don't think they really fully are aware
Right.
of their knowledge, their true knowledge.
Were you, or did you notice anybody making any real world connections in conversations, or was it just more just using vocabulary and
Yeah, I'd say more the vocabulary. I don't
Right.
really, in terms of,
right? Okay.
that might take a little bit for them to
I know.
start making that connection.
Okay. Were there any roadblocks for you or for the students? Like maybe some people didn't want to work in groups or
Well,
anything like
that would be the roadblock,
Right.
for the students not wanting to work with certain people.
Mhm.
Like I just tried it today.
Right.
No, I don't want.
And I know another, and it's not really like a discussion collaboration tool. I didn't think of it even like something simple like quizzes, because that requires them to I need to know what you have on your screen and what they have, so we can collectively work on this problem or answer it as a group, so that kind of gets them out of their seat working with each other. I know we do have those select few group of kids that just like whatever, I don't want to work with anybody, so those are kind of the ones that we're gonna have to reel back in. Do you think, if you want to keep this as your goal, would you continue to use this discussion strategy and hopefully it just builds, or would you like to change it?
I think it's a good strategy.
Okay.
It's, maybe further down the road again. Just
Okay.
take stock and see.
Do you think they would need an example of effective discussion responses or effective collaboration?
I mean, it would certainly help to
Okay.
have some kind of example. I think it's sometimes necessary. Since, again, they may be limited in terms of the understanding, so seeing how to do it and what it should look like
Right.
would help.
So maybe it may be helpful to, like, if you give them like a mini rubric or like a sample response, and this is what I'm expecting, this is the vocabulary I'm expecting you to use and things like that, that may increase, their understanding of that specific topic.
Yeah, I was also thinking of a former past coworker of mine. I just remembered he'd always ask, he'd always say, it sounds like, it looks like.
Right.
I mean, in terms of the rubric and so on. So you know when you have like a profound collaboration, it should sound like this or look like this,
Right.
as an example.
And I definitely like your idea of having them be able to write it or write it out in words so that they can explain it, because especially when it comes to the constructive responses that they're gonna see in the milestone, they're not looking for just yes or no answers or basic answers, or I did this, I added this and did that. So they do need to know how to engage in rich math conversation and use the math vocabulary. So I'm glad that they're actually using that vocabulary, I guess just with a little more practice, and maybe providing them some examples, or, maybe even finding some videos of another classroom, somewhere else, effectively collaborating, that may help as well. And it also may help to like collaborate between classes, like maybe first period, collaborate with second period, do this learning for homework or something like that. We already talked about we're not going to change our goal. We already talked about some different roadblocks and things that we've hit. Now, planning for next action, since we are going to keep this goal, we want to just keep working towards it. Like I said, we're going to try to find some maybe video examples. We can try to find some rubrics and maybe even create like a sample response to a specific question you're asking them, so that can kind of help them effectively collaborate. Because I think this could be something that they do maybe once every 2 weeks or something, so it's not just like a one-time thing and we just forget about it. So do you have any other tasks that you feel like should be done?
That I can think of right now.
Okay.
I mean, I thought of, again, thinking that coworker again.
Mhm.
It's sometimes do a fishbowl,
Okay.
which could be more like a live demonstration,
Right.
so you could see what it should be,
Right.
you know?
Right.
But of course, I realize either you'd have to practice,
Right.
or be lucky in terms of finding two students who could get into some kind of conversation where they're working collaboratively.
Or maybe even, sometimes it's hard to see it in math, but some kids even sometimes have debates about certain topics. They go back and forth about, oh, I think it should be this, or I think it should be that way. So sometimes that helps build knowledge too. Another tool I use for collaboration is, I may have a student that if I'm walking around and they're working on classwork and I've seen that student did the problem wrong, I want that particular student to put it on the board, because that's gonna prompt the conversation, because it's not gonna be somebody that said, wait a minute, that's not right. And then that's gonna build that, discussion as well, and to kind of have like I said, sometimes it creates a class debate. Especially with math, there's so many different ways to get to the same answer, to solve the same type of problem. So that may help with the student collaboration. It also can help with you, with the part that you shared, you want them to be able to write it down and explain pretty much how to do it step by step or things like that. That can kind of help build that space as well. On a scale of 1 to 5, how committed do you think you and your students were to this goal?
I want to say 4.
Okay. That's
Again,
fine.
my personalities, there's always room for it.
Right, and I know that everybody's busy, we have so much going on. Are there any other questions you have for me, or anything you want us to work on outside of our coaching sessions before we meet again?
Nothing comes to mind.
So we did implement the discussion, via It's Learning. That was the strategy we used because our ultimate goal was student collaboration. We did observe the video of yourself implementing that with your students. I think we kind of have a direction we want to go. We want to keep the same goal, but we just want to make it better as time goes by. Other than that, we don't have any adaptations or changes we want to make to the goal, correct? So we're still keeping the same goal, just I guess look for different tools or resources to help collaborate with.